Right, my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of F1 Manager 22. We're going to continue on with our Aston Martin career mode today and jump into race 2. If you've missed the beginning of the series, it's linked above and feel free to go and check that one out before cracking on today. But obviously we finished the first race, gang. It didn't go that well. I think we were all kind of expecting it to go in the direction that it went. But, yeah, it didn't go well at all. And we did receive some emails, didn't we, at the end of last episode. And the big thing was that they were saying that speed cornering and braking were two issues, basically, that the car kind of had and that they noticed during the course of the race. So maybe we should look into designing a new part. Now, I know that front wing, if we was to redevelop the front wing, that might help. It's definitely going to help with the brake cooling. And I think if we're looking at the dirty air cornering and the cornering here, you could see everything would be improved if we were to maybe design a new wing for the car. So we are obviously designing a new chassis at the moment. So we do need to keep that in mind, but I think that we definitely need to shift some focus to this to kind of help the car out. Basically, it's quite a big, increase on some of these as well. So I guess we will just, I'm gonna just put some focus on this. Basically, similar focus to what we've done before. We'll design that. Now we could remain balanced, or we can change this about a little bit. Now the brakes were a big thing. Is that going to reduce that by much, the items below? I don't think it is. I actually think it might be in our best interest to really develop the brake cooling as opposed to the this. I'm just going to up that because that was a big thing that was talked about. So I'm going to go probably with a normal approach. It's the 21st of March and the completion date is May. That's actually a long way away, isn't it? If we were to rush it, the cost of the approach goes up quite a lot, to like $1 million basically. But if we could get it to the tail end of April, that might help us a lot. Intense is just so expensive. Yeah, normal's the 7th of May. How many races though are we actually going to have between now and and May? That's what you have to look at as well, isn't it? So I'm gonna rush this through. I'm gonna put 2 engineers on it. Oh, if I put 3, it ups it a little more. Oh, with every one it ups it. No, I think I'm gonna put 3 engineers on it. It's going to cost $1 million, but we've got the cash. We've got 34 million, remember, with Aston Martin. They're one of the more better off teams that are lower down the field, so we are going to do that. But we're pretty much going into today's race, by the looks of things, with pretty much the same car that we did so poorly with last time around. But yeah, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, go to the race prep. So this is the race, 50 laps. I think it's going to be a 2-stopper probably. Qualifying position, I'm just going to reach Q3 because I just don't see us getting out of it. So if we do get out of it, then there's some potential bonuses there, as you can see, the rewards and the losses. So yeah, we will do that. I'm not going to go for a fastest lap. And yeah, we will just leave that as it is. Just check the cars, chassis. Yeah, we don't have any. They're not developed just yet. So it is what it is. Anyway, to the race weekend.
Formula One is back. Welcome to one of the fastest circuits on the calendar here at Jeddah. The Saudi Arabian Grand Prix is about to kick off and the atmosphere here is electric. The Jeddah Street Circuit has one of the fastest average speeds as well as the most corners of any track on the calendar. Good high-speed downforce is going to make life in the fast lane a little easier for drivers here this weekend. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
Now, as I said last episode, gang, I'm going to do practice on my own. I'm not going to bother putting it into the episodes because, as you see with episode 1, it was very lengthy. I can't imagine they're all going to be that long, by the way. I think that was just where it was kind of episode 1. I was introducing to the team and a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I'm going to skip over the practices during the course of the series. But again, like I said last time, if enough of you do want to see it, though, be sure to let me know in the comment section below and I'll bring it to you. But I'm going to go get this car all tuned up, ready for qualifying, and I'll see you in a bit. So once again, we really struggled in practice, gang. We are pretty much the second worst car on the grid. We are just ahead of the Williams, as you can see. But yeah, we're just not very good. And I'll be honest, I really struggled to kind of get the setup where I wanted it. The knowledge of the car obviously is very good for our drivers, but they're not confident in the setup at all. It's very much a high downforce racetrack because of the speed, but yeah, trying to actually get the car to perform how we wanted was pretty difficult, to be honest with you. But we're going to move on to qualifying now, and that we are going to do together. I kind of see this going one way, gang, but we can only try our best, can't we? Right, yes, I'm going to send Stroll out straight away. With Stroll, we're going with a tested setup. I've actually tweaked Vettel's at the last minute, and we're actually going into qualifying untested, which I'm sure a lot of F1 buffs would be sitting there going, you lunatic. But basically, there was just three of the 5 sections on the car setup that just were not good, basically, for Vettel. So, yeah, I decided to change it up, basically. I think what we're going to do is the first flying lap, we will obviously control it. And if we end up sending them out again, then maybe we'll do automatic the second one, the same way we did last time. So, yeah, just bear with and let's have some fun, shall we, as we warm this car up. We're just going to speed this through a little bit, get him round as he gets this car ready to go. Very, very quick street circuit, this one. Should be a lot of fun to maybe to watch. I think essentially we go into this race weekend with new parts developing and whatnot, and just hoping we can stay ahead of the Williams, because they are our only competition at the moment with just how poor the car's performing. But I knew this was going to be a challenge. Aston Martin haven't exactly been the greatest of teams in real life, have they? So yeah, not too surprised at all. I really didn't need to manage that. The automatic had already said go 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 for the flying lap, but we'll leave it on the normal speed for this first flying lap of this episode, gang, so you can get to watch it in all its glory. We'll have a little look at what it looks like from a driver's perspective, shall we? As Lance Stroll tries his hardest to get Aston Martin up the field this race weekend. But this is very much a car in development, and it could take us some time to get this team a little higher up the pecking order. But interesting to see what Lance Stroll can do for us. It's a beautiful, beautiful looking game. It does have to be said, considering this is a management sim.
Yeah.
Considering this is a management sim, it really is a beautiful looking game, in my opinion. Oh, of course you're going to get in the way. That's going to affect the lap massively. Probably going to have to send him out again. To be fair, that's not good at all, that. As he rounds the last corner, we'll see what sort of lap time he's going to put in. I think he's going to be the first... No, he's not. Hamilton is. Well, he's going to be the first man on the racetrack to set a lap. But No, not to be. And he goes, he punches in a I think that's a 132. In the end, it's not a good lap. Yeah, a 132.7, so far off the pace. I think we were affected massively by that little bit of traffic. But yeah, let's
take it easy.
Ease all that off. Right, what we're looking at racetrack wise. How many are out on track? Because I just don't want to send Vettel out into all the traffic again. I did it in the first race and it was an absolute disaster when I sent Vettel out. So I think I might speed on through this and we'll send them out together potentially. Maybe halfway or 2/3 of the way through the session. It might make the most sense. I'm just going to drop that to 1 speed just while I reconfigure the car so I don't lose track of what I'm doing. But yeah, we are going to put a fresh pair of softs on there for Lance Stroll, and then we'll just speed this through again. I just want to wait for a window basically where the track is maybe rubbering in a little. But there's still some big teams that are yet to punch in a lap. Now is Leclerc on a fast lap? Because if he's not, I think the minute he goes past the no, he was coming in. He was in on his in lap. So I think we're going to have to send Vettel out. Because he's not set a lap yet. Stroll is a lot slower than even Latifi in the Williams. So I think that tells you all you need to know about how he was held up in traffic. But yeah, I'm hoping a lot of these are going to be coming in. And that's going to help us a little bit. But yeah, let's speed this up a little. And Vettel there we go. Vettel's on his flying lap. I'm just going to leave it as automatic game and see what he can do. And instantly, look, straight into traffic. That's just you don't see traffic like this, though, do you? In oh, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. He would be made to get out of the way in real life. So why in this game do they not get out of the way? Sector times. Some people are punching in 33s on that first sector. What has Vettel managed to do there? A 34, actually. Not too bad. Not too bad. Come on, Vettel. Come on, Vettel. Give me something, mate. Well, I'm probably gonna send Lance Stroll out. I'm gonna send him out now because Vettel's about to round the latter corners. That's it. Get out of the way, Ferrari. Thank you very much. Vettel is flying at the moment. Let's see what he can do. He's on a 120. What are we looking at? We're looking at the leader is a 129.3. But we're not going to be doing 129s. A 133, I think he punched in. It's slow, very slow. Look at Latifi. He's done a very good qualifying, to be fair to him. Right, let's move on over to Stroll. I'm going to leave it on automatic for this lap. I took control of the first one. With Vettel, it might be a case of actually coming in, reconfigure, send him back out, and see what we can do. But it's not been a good qualifying. It's not been a good qualifying at all for the team. And I think both of them have suffered from getting stuck in track a little, to be honest with you. I mean, let's just speed this up until Stroll is on his flying lap. We're going to have some nice room here, I think, for Stroll to really get the lap in. It's a pretty clear racetrack, as you can see, and this bodes well for Lance Stroll. Let's see what he's going to do, shall we? Just speeding it up a little. But this is good. It's a very clear racetrack at the moment, and I think we are going to reconfigure Vettel. Confirm, and I'm literally going to reconfigure and send him straight out because it's a pretty clear racetrack at the moment. So let's send him straight out because we need to punch in some faster laps. Lance Stroll is flying at the moment. This is just what we need as he's about to round that last corner. Come on, Stroll, I need you. I need this, mate. I need this. Here we go. Up to the line. Up to the line. I think he punched in a 1:31. That's brilliant from Lance Stroll. Absolutely brilliant. That is just what we needed. A 1:31.7. Yes, there's still 2 minutes of the session left. Obviously, cars are going to get sent out. As you can see, Vettel, he's gone out with a bunch of cars. And that was always going to happen. But you know what? If I can get Lance Stroll into Q2, we can stick Vettel on a different strategy. Maybe Vettel can go long. And, yeah, let's just see what happens, though. But Lance Stroll's lap puts him ahead of both of the Williams, which is really important. Because they're the team we are competing with the most at the moment. So, yeah, them. And then I think we'll be trying, as the season goes on, to reel in the Haas. But, yeah, at the moment, oh, God, everyone's out on track. Absolutely everybody's out on track, warming up, getting ready to go. Vettel's the man. Stroll's on his in lap. Stroll's not involved in this. Stroll got out there at the right time. So here we go. Vettel is on his lap. He's flying down this. He's at a 1:10. I think it was about that spot. Is that Stroll passed there at a similar speed. 1:20 as he turns the final corner. I'm not really too sure if he's going to improve all that much. Really not too sure. But we will find out shortly. And he's clocked it. I think he's done a 1:31 as well. So there you go. I told you the traffic was a problem. And they've both punched in 1:31s. And it's a massive improvement. It's a massive improvement for both drivers. And now we've just got to watch qualify and finish. And see what happens basically now. So I'm just going to speed this up. We're going to let all the cars punch in their laps. Stroll's obviously dropped down a few positions already. Zhou's had a problem by the looks of things. But yeah, I'd be surprised if we get into Q2, even with those laps. Zhou, Ricciardo, Schumacher, all yet to finish their laps. There we go. Stroll is down. Vettel's down. We have fallen out of the Q2 qualifying, but it was just good to see the cars improve, to be honest with you. So we aren't going to be in Q2. We are going to be starting from 17th and 19th respectively. And I guess it's time to just get to the Grand Prix now.
Welcome to race day. And before we get down to it, last minute checks are being made.
Aston Martin were on target for qualifying. Now it's up to them to defy expectations for the race itself. Haas met their potential in qualifying, and they'll be expected to make a good start from the grid. Let's see if they can make it work for them. And we've got a clear night here beneath a starry sky. If the weather holds steady, we should be in for a spectacular race indeed.
Well, the streets of Jeddah are abuzz, and the teams are nearly ready for the start of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Right, so we're going to set up our strategies. Now you can see those slight changes I made to his car means he now has 70% confidence in it. So I don't know whether to change Lance Stroll's up or not, but yeah, we need to talk strategy. So it's going to be, we can go on a one stopper here, and I feel like that's potentially the way to go. We're not going to be towards the front of the grid. I don't really feel like the soft tyre is going to help us at all. I think the longer we can go, the better. So I think I'm going to start medium hard for Vettel. The medium is a faster tyre than the hard. He'll finish the race on the hard. So we will go with that race strategy for him. And then for Lance Stroll, I think I'm going to go hard medium, just because I think with Stroll obviously starting further back, we can go for a longer stint in the first half of the race. It might help. But yeah, I think the cars towards the front of the grid might go with a two-stopper. We're going to find out basically. But yeah, let's get into the race.
It looks like clear skies tonight, with the drivers now in their grid positions. And there's Sebastian Vettel. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. There's Lance Stroll, down the grid. They're in the back half of the pack, so they'll need to work hard if they want a podium finish. Everything's been building to this. We're now moments away from this, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's lights out.
And there you go, gang. Here we go. Let's see what happens, shall we? Right, we're going to attack, obviously, very, very early on.
Yeah.
For both races and see what we can make happen.
Copy.
Vettel looked like he was going to gain a position there on Michael Schumacher. Not to be. Not to be. But we are going to settle into the race, and yeah, we can finish here. I guess that's basically minimum expectation is to kind of finish here. But if we can get a bit of a leg up on the halves, that would be great. Now I'm just gonna check what our competitors are doing. So it looks like Latifi's going to go with a free stopper. Schumacher, the McLarens are definitely going to go on a free stop by the looks of things as well. So yeah, interesting, very, very interesting to see how this is going to play out, this race. But yeah, early doors. There's no DRS obviously for the first, I think it's few laps or so. It becomes enabled at lap 5, I believe. So yeah, but we're being dragged along quite nicely by that Haas in its slipstream. So yeah, we're going to see what we can make happen. Beautiful, beautiful racetrack. Not really that big a fan of the street circuits, just because you think the overtaking's a bit too difficult in places. We want entertainment, don't we, from F1, and I don't think we get it. Look at this train of cars. When is Vettel going to try and make his move? Looks like he's having a little cheeky look up the outside. Now he switches to the inside. He can't make it happen. But yeah, we're going to take these tyres probably to the 90% line. And then we'll go from there. I'm going to do the race similar to last time, gang. We're going to speed through as and when we see necessary. I feel like we're going to be towards the back of the grid. Vettel's trying it. With every attempt that Vettel has, Stroll's going to get closer to him, though. But we are being held up by that Haas, which is a surprise. A real surprise to me. Do you know what I might do? Oh, here we go. Come on, Vettel. Oh, he's having a look. He's having a look.
DRS is enabled.
There we go. The DRS is enabled. There's going to be somewhat of a DRS train here. But if we can get past, I need to harvest some energy. I know that much.
Copy.
But where are the DRS zones on this racetrack? I'm not actually that aware, to be honest with you. But yeah, let's speed this up again a little. We round this. If we round this corner, and then we're gonna deploy the energy. We're going to deploy that energy now with the DRS, assuming that DRS is available.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's pulled out a little bit of a cushion now, hasn't he? I'm going to drop these down now to standard. They've got to go a long way into this race, these tyres. And Vettel's getting very close again. It's nice to see us somewhat competitive, to be honest with you. Actually having a go. And there we go. Vettel is going to get past. I think Stroll's going to take the toe as well. And Stroll's going to see himself pass. And Stroll's had a cheeky look up the outside as well of Vettel, which is very interesting to see. But that is nice to see the boys actually getting past the Haas. Absolutely love it. The DRS has obviously helped massively there. But the fact that Stroll has taken the toe is beautiful to see. We are going to settle Stroll in on those tyres as well now. I'm going to just deploy some energy here. And speed on through. But yeah, they're probably all going to be changing position. Stroll's taken Vettel. Blimey. And Vettel takes that position straight back. Right, we really do need to harvest the energy. We've got so much fuel. Right, let's use some of this fuel up and push.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
Jesus, I didn't realise we had so much fuel. So Vettel obviously on the faster race tyre. Let me just check this out. Mick Schumacher's on the hard as well. Set him similar, but it's 600s up. So yeah, he's clearly on the faster tyre. And that's going to probably help him pull away with Stroll doing the business back there, holding up Schumacher. I'm going to burn off some of this excess fuel. And I'm just going to deploy a little energy with Lance Stroll. Just to try and keep him ahead. And yeah, we're just going to balance that out for both drivers again.
We are all okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
But yeah, we're going to stick with Vettel, I think. And yeah, Schumacher's might get a go here. He might get a go. Could have done with maybe keeping Vettel to within a second so that the DRS is there. That toe is there for him. Come on, Vettel. Let's see what you've got, mate. Where does he need to get to? Lap. Pretty much 19. Yeah, Schumacher's back in front of Lance Stroll. No real surprise there, to be honest with you. He's going to get the DRS. It's going to be a battle between those two all race long. And if he can keep holding that Haas up, we stand a bit of a chance with Vettel, who is, though, almost 6.5 seconds away from Magnussen in 15th. So, yeah, we're definitely being left by the trailing... the pack in front, I should say. Let's take a look at the overtake. It's always good to see a bit of the action. Beautiful use of the DRS. Great work from Stroll. Great work from Stroll. Right, so we're into the long game now, gang. To be fair, into that part of the race. As you can see, though, they've really pulled him back in. Really pulled Vettel back in. Is there a problem with Vettel's car?
Still a lot to play for.
Wow. What on earth has happened there?
Is that a new race position for Haas?
Stroll has just been left in the dirt by Schumacher. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened there, but all of a sudden that Haas has got so much more power than both of my cars. Vettel's really struggling. We can push with Stroll for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have no idea what's happened to Vettel there. Vettel has just lost so much power and speed all of a sudden. A bit worrying that, to be honest with you. I thought there was going to be something wrong with the car. I really did. Well, let's just push. See what happens, shall we? They've got an abundance of fuel that they can burn off, to be fair. But we will just drop you back down. Very strange. Very strange to be as quick as we were and then all of a sudden as slow as we are. Vettel is so far ahead of Stroll's race pace as well, which isn't helping because his car clearly isn't performing as well as Stroll's was. We're going to push Vettel though. Just for a bit. See if that helps. A lot of area to recover fuel on this racetrack. But yeah, Schumacher is gone. Absolutely flying he is. And I have no idea where that pace came from. Because he was there at equal pace with us for a long time. Now, not so much. But yeah, we just need to get this to lap 20, I think it is, for Vettel. That's sort of where we're at now. I don't really feel like we need to be keeping as close an eye on the racing as maybe we are or have been. I want to try and get these episodes a bit shorter if possible. It's very difficult to do so though. It does have to be said because the races you really do have to pay attention and be quite heavily involved in how these cars perform. As you can see, pit stops are happening and cars are just so much quicker than ours. They're going to be on fresher tyres, which is going to help them. Albon, yeah, we've got the two McLarens back there, but yeah, no real surprise, to be honest with you. But yeah, we're just trying to get this to lap 20. Obviously Stroll has been passed by the McLarens. I'm really not too surprised at that, and I'm not going to take a look at it. It's to be expected. They're a much better race car than us. We're very much at the moment, we're just competing with the Williams, and we just need to get better and quicker to then compete with the Haas. It's kind of the car we need to kind of track down in the race, the constructors race, more than anything. But Vettel is in 15th and going along all right. He is being caught by the McLaren though, to be fair to him. He's on a pretty worn out tyre. Got a little bit of fuel in reserve there for Stroll, but I'm not going to use that too much at the moment. Vettel is 16th. He's been passed by Ricciardo. And we're on lap 16. So let's just keep this mooching along. I'm not competing with those McLarens. I know some of you might be sitting there thinking, come on, Dan, you can do a bit better than this. Compete with them. But they're faster than us. Far too quick for us to really be worrying about. And we've got to nurse these cars around these racetracks. We've got to look after the engines. We only get X amount of engines a season and, you know, power units and whatnot. So we've really got to look after these cars. And we wouldn't be doing that by hammering these cars and trying to compete with cars that are clearly faster than us, which they are, you know. So let's just worry about our battle, and that's with the Williams team at the moment. We're very close to Vettel's pit window. He's on 52% tyre wear. Them tyres have done very well, very well to be fair. I was a bit worried about that. So Stroll has got to go a long way, and he's on 63% tyre wear, and he has got to go a long way. Yeah, it's a little bit of a worry there. Yeah, right, we're going on to the hard tyre. So yeah, pit. Or box, as they say. Let's harvest that. So is this the last lap? So let's just attack. With everything we've got, Vettel.
Pushing hard now, pushing hard.
Because, yeah, the tyres are
Copy.
not to be worried about. But yeah, I'm a bit worried about these hard tyres. Got to get them to lap 33, 34. Whew, that's a long way to go on those tyres, isn't it? But where is Vettel at the moment on the racetrack? 17th. Yes, that's kind of where I expected us to be. Schumacher is 8-9 seconds up the road now, on the hard tyre as well. But yeah, so it's going to be another 17th, 18th, I think, gang. We're really not going to see anything better from this car until the next race, probably, because, you know, we're manufacturing the chassis at the moment. We're trying to develop that new front wing. So, yeah, essentially, we've come into this race with the same car as we had in race week 1. So, I really, you know, didn't think we would see too much of a change, unfortunately. But yeah, I know people that are doing career modes with Williams, and wow, it
Copy that,
looks difficult, you know.
Pit limiter, just a reminder on pit limiter.
So let's take on Stroll, shall we? Because he's the man we need to be worrying about a bit more, because he's now in front of Vettel.
Okay.
And yeah, Vettel, we are gonna go quite quick for that first lap or two, and we will deploy the energy.
So use energy if you need it.
So let me just check this. Okay. And Albon hasn't pitted yet, so okay, that's fine. We will probably remain ahead of the Williams cars. Yeah, we're just settling in now to this race, to be fair, really settling in quite nicely. And yeah, there's another 30 odd laps of racing, and this is probably what you're going to be watching for those 30 odd laps, I would imagine. I wish it wouldn't do that when you need to harvest. Just keep it on this speed, it's fine. Yeah, we probably, once I get Vettel kind of settled, just stick this on ×8 and get the race done with, gang, to be fair. But yeah, Albon is 4.5 seconds down the road from Stroll, which is worried. Albon almost feels like Albon's catching. He must be on the hard tyre too. So I'm actually going to go to that and conserve the tyres. We're going to have some fuel to burn off at some point for a Stroll. But yeah, we'll just do ×8 and we'll manage it from here basically. But yeah, Albon's definitely catching Stroll. Or it feels like he is, but it's definitely kind of sitting at a gap that's, you know, really consistent, shall we say, each lap. But yeah, we're literally trying to get Stroll to where we need to get him, which was lap 33. So yeah, not too far to go. Bit worried about that tyre wear. Let's deploy a bit of energy for you. But yeah, look, Albon's definitely reined him in. So it just shows you his tyres really have gone off. But yeah, it's up to 4.5 seconds again, because Stroll just kind of put his foot down. But Stroll's pit window is open, but we are going to try and go as long as we can. The medium tyre performed better than I thought it would, based on what Vettel was able to achieve. So, yeah, we might be able to come in maybe a lap or two earlier if we need to. I don't think we will. 40% tyre wear though. And yeah, Vettel hasn't been able to catch Albon. It's 4 seconds down the road. Yeah. Oh, it's a struggle, gang. It's a struggle. It really is. 17 seconds away from Sonoda. Yeah. It's not fun. It's not fun being at this end of the grid, but you've all picked me this challenge, and that's that at the end of the day. Yeah, let's try and get this a bit closer to where we need it. Them tyres are hanging on. Just about hanging on, aren't they? I think I'm going to box after this lap, I think. We're going to go past that start finish straight, and then yeah, we're going to box, I think. So yeah, I'm just going to take this here. And yeah, we're gonna bring him in. Like I say, the medium tyre was performing a lot better than expected anyway. So estimated exit position 19th.
Box.
And let's just give it hell for this lap.
Push more. Okay.
So Stroll's coming in. Ah, Albon came in as well by the looks of things. Oh, did they get... Oh, they got Albon out in front of Stroll then. Say hello. How did you manage that one? So the leaders are lapping us, as you can see. So yeah, Stroll's 9 seconds down the road. 5-second gap between him and Albon, and yeah, we are We're into the last part of this race now. 15 seconds away from Schumacher. We're not catching in him. The Haas has done very well today, though, with Magnussen up in 12th. But yeah, we are so far away. Really being able to compete, and it's gonna. I think it's gonna take a while to really get this car to even mid of the point of the grid, in my opinion. But just staying in front of the Williams is the most important thing at the moment. So yeah, that's essentially what we're going to be trying to do for this first season. It's about being. They want us to be the 8th best team on the grid, but I just don't see how that's possible. Not without spending a lot of money. It's there to be spent, but it's whether or not I want to spend it. We've got a very long season to get through. So yeah, 17th and 18th is looking like the positions. As Albon really...
Car in the wall.
Oh,
Copy that.
car in the wall.
Yellow flag.
Copy.
We've had a crash. Let's
Oh,
take a
Joe,
look
he
at
was
the
running
replay.
quite well.
Now let's watch this. The Alfa Romeo involved in this one.
Here we go. Oh, that
Thank
looked
goodness nobody else
that
was
looked
involved.
weird.
That was a big
That looked
crash.
really weird. Like he caught the corner, and that was that. So yellow flag.
Team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what
I love the
happened.
overreactions from the pit crew. Oh, I love it. So are we under yellow flag conditions or what? Would have been nice if we were.
You can use energy.
Could have pulled Schumacher in a bit if we had, but no, it doesn't look like we are. Vettel is safely going to take these hards to the end of the race by the looks of things based on that. And yeah, we'll see there. Charge these batteries up. So Albon very much down the road. Stroll, feel like Stroll is catching. Oh Jesus, oh my God, that's why he ain't going to see them tyres to the end. I totally forgot he was on attack on the medium tyre. We've only got 9 laps to go. He might actually be okay. He might be okay, but oh my God, I was looking at that thinking that line is definitely going down a bit. But yeah, 9 laps to go. So yeah, that probably makes sense why Vettel's tyres are where they are. Look, they've got a lot left in them, so we might be able to attack a bit on Vettel's tyres. I'm just going to go aggressive and see what we can make happen. Actually, we'll take a little bit out of them. We'll just make sure we keep an eye on them for the next few laps. Let's deploy a bit of energy with you. The same might be able to do with Stroll's tyre. That explains why Stroll was like pulling away but like closing Vettel down though. I totally was not paying attention at all where that was concerned. But you know what, I'm going to go aggressive. There's only 6 laps to go. Don't have a lot of fuel to burn off, but I'm not really too surprised at that. So yeah, let's just see what we can make happen, eh? We're not gonna drag. Oh, actually, no, we're not gonna drag Schumacher in. I was looking at that going 3 seconds. No, it's 22 seconds up the road. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna drag him in. But if we can pull away from these Williams and give ourselves a nice, comfortable gap, that would be nice. With 5 to go, I am just gonna drop that to standard. We will deploy the energy. We deploy that energy, and let's just speed through a bit. Right, yeah. It's going to be another 17th, 18th if it continues the way it's going, gang. By the looks of things, you know. Stroll is definitely catching Vettel, though, which is interesting. But the medium tyre, definitely the stronger out of those 2 tyres they were running. Yeah, they've pulled out a nice healthy gap from Albon now. We can just go very aggressive, I think, on both tyres. There's only a couple of laps to go. Got a little bit of fuel we could probably burn off as well, but let's not risk it. Oh no. Oh no. Vettel had an accident now.
It's a crash. Let's
What on earth happened?
So this was the Aston Martin.
Oh, he run wide straight into the wall. He's lucky to still be going. Oh my god. Oh, Vettel, it was so comfortable for you. Here we go, look. Over dramatic again.
Their overall chances.
Overall chances, we didn't have a chance. We didn't have a chance. We were at the back of the grid.
There's been a crash. Sounds like a single car.
Your front wing's destroyed. Be careful. Like, do I really want to pit? It's like 1 lap to go. Major tyre wear. Those tyres. Oh, so that crash has absolutely murdered him. I'm going to have to, aren't I? I'm going to have to pit. We'll just stick him on the softs. And then car parts. Front wing. Or left. Is it even going to let me change the front wing? Must be replaced. Okay. Well, that is an absolute shitter, to excuse my French, because it's the last lap, but he ain't going to get round.
Drop back a bit.
Ah, dearie, 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 dearie me. Can't believe he's done that on the last lap.
You can use energy.
Because we're now going to probably finish 19th with Vettel. Oh well. Put all our energies into strolling for this final lap. As we round this corner, we're going to go into the last lap, aren't we? Can't believe he's done that. Can't believe it. You wreck your tyres when you crash. Obviously that's from them locking up and whatnot.
Pit lane.
Copy, copy. So Sebastian, make sure you get your pit limiter as you come in the pit lane.
This will be our last lap.
What do I do? Do I push? I've got 0.8 there. Just don't know. Just don't know. Look at the length of this pit stop. Jesus Christ. 19th. Yeah, we're going to drop down. 11 seconds up the road they are now. But we might as well just attack this lap. Really might as well. Not going to hurt, is it?
That's Leclerc. Charles Leclerc.
And so Charles Leclerc wins a second race in a row, I believe that is. Very, very good start from the Ferraris early on. Yeah, we might as well just push that.
No saving required.
Copy.
Oh, I can't believe that's happened right at the end of the race. Can't believe it. And that's his race done. Stroll takes the checkered flag.
So we're happy to let these tyres cool a bit.
Copy.
There's no catching Albon. Oh, I'm so annoyed at that.
You can stop, lift and coast.
That is a nightmare. Oh well. And there's the race. It's on. It's done. Oh, the crash from Vettel cost us a position there, but it is what it is. And so that wraps up our second race, gang. As you can see, 17th and 19th respectively. A 2-position gain for Lance Stroll, which is pretty good for him, but that accident for Sebastian Vettel costs him at the end. very unfortunate. It's just one of those things that happens. Obviously, we're nowhere to be seen in the drivers. And in the constructors, because we've finished ahead of Williams in those 2 races, we remain in 9th position. We're going to get our growth and our XP and whatnot for the drivers now. So that is good to see. So, yeah, we did all right out of our sponsors. And so, as you can see, we have now got $37 million in the bank. I think next episode, I'm going to concentrate on some of the departmental stuff, see if we can upgrade some of that so our testing's a bit better, and so we can kind of get this car upgraded and whatnot. We're going to have some emails to read next time as well, and hopefully the chassis will be manufactured and some of the parts will be close to being done, ready for that Australian Grand Prix. Be sure to join me for it, my friends. If you've enjoyed today's episode, though, even though we are backmarkers at the moment, be sure to show your appreciation by A, subscribing, and B, dropping a like on this video. Be sure to get involved in the comment section below as well. But until next time, stay safe, stay humble, and I will see you for the next race in F1 Manager 2022.